Hello there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney, and today we're going to do look at the first impressions of this particular fragrance called Sheik Zayed, which is a blue, and this is from the house of Ard Al Khaleej. Okay, and this is a flanker which is of a popular blue fragrance, and we're going to look at this. The box kind of looks like this, very nice design element, and there's a little bit of embossing at the back and Sheik Zayed written at the back, and for the country Dubai, and manufacturing information and all of that. By the way, this particular fragrance is from Dubai. Okay, so they have a lot of fragrances in this line. They have I think there is a white, there is a brown, and all of that, and this particular bottle looks like this. There's a hologram here as well, so let's keep this aside. The bottle itself looks very classy, very nicely done bottle, heavy, and nice engraving work on the sides. Reminds you of the travel atomizers of by Kilian. They have these kind of engravings, and they look like this by itself. It looks like this, and there's a logo at the top here on the top, and all of that very nicely done. And here there's also written all the perfume, so all of that part is nicely done. The bottle itself is very good. So this particular fragrance is an alt of the popular Dior Sauvage or EDT. Okay, now what got this particular fragrance a lot of hype is apparently the performance on this is supposed to be like steroids. Okay, so it's Sauvage on steroids type, like how the Cayenne Classic is supposed to be a DHI on steroids, so something like that. This particular fragrance has got a lot of hype because of that, and I think it's at a very good value. You get 100 ml for about approximately about 1600 to 1800 rupees. Or sub 2000 rupees, right? So I think it's really good that way. So I'm going to do a couple of sprays just to check how this particular fragrance feels. I did a couple of them yesterday as well, and I did this, and I also have Albate's Sauvage as well. So I'm going to do a comparison at some point of time a little later. Right at the top, this particular fragrance feels very nice. You get a little bit of that citrusy vibe, and then it starts to open up with that Sauvage DNA. You have those elements of herbaceous, beautiful elements of Sauvage DNA captured well. Now in terms of the performance that I had for yesterday, when I put it on, I could easily get about 6 hours at least. It was there on my hand, so that way it is kind of pretty decent. Okay, now the question is about projection, and how good of a performer and how good of an alt is something that I can definitely compare, especially with I have a sample of the Sauvage EDT original as well, and I can also compare it with Albate, like I said earlier. Yeah, scent is nice, feels a little mild at the top, and you have those herbaceous notes that you kind of get a vibe of. Give it a few minutes for the fragrance to settle down, and then you start smelling those Sauvage DNA in terms of its citrusness and those spicy spice elements, Szechuan pepper, black pepper, and all of that. You have that vetiver, you get that ambroxan feeling. All of that starts to open up after the first five minutes. The initial blast is more of for the fragrance to kind of settle down, right? So feels nice. It looks exactly like Sauvage. Okay, in terms of the closeness, it's pretty close, I would say. Let's look at the performance as well. So like I said, in terms of lasting, it definitely does. I will come back to you on projection and in terms of projection and loudness and the beast mode kind of thing. Let's see if it's really on steroids as such, right? So on the whole, I think it's a pretty good bottle flanker to try. I know there is Modest Uni also, which is supposed to be a very good alternative of Sauvage, but let's try that and this as well. I don't know if I will be able to get that, but this feels good, at least in terms of presentation and the bottle, and looks like a good keeper, right? So that has been my very quick first impressions about this particular fragrance. Nice magnetic cap as well, so all things done pretty well, and you can kind of hold it this way, so it's pretty good, right? In terms of its bottle and presentation, juice feels good. So I will come back to you with a detailed review of this particular fragrance and let you know if you're looking for an alternative of Sauvage, if this is something to consider, or you should consider Albate one, right? So you're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. See you soon. Bye now.